Aloha and welcome to this brief screencast about the design of the system for the UH dorm energy competition. Here's a brief overview of the design goals. The first, obviously, is that we want to provide energy data to the participants. And we want to do this in a near real-time fashion. For a particular floor, we'd like to be able to provide data back on the order of every 10 seconds. This enables them to do experiments where they turn off something in their dorm room or on their floor and get to see in real time what the effect of that is. Second design goal is to improve students' energy literacy. And by literacy we mean their knowledge about energy, their attitudes about energy, and their actual behaviors. We want to accomplish this by providing personalized information, by enabling them to make commitments for changes in behavior which can be made public, which incentivizes actually following through. We'd like them to be able to set and achieve goals. We'd like to use the power of groups to help incentivize the behavior. So if you find out that 80% of the students on your floor are actually doing something, then that kind of encourages you to go along and makes it seem like it's a good thing to do. We want to provide feedback contextually, so the appropriate feedback for you as a person, such as information about your particular floor, not information about some other floor in some other dorm. And we want to make it contextual, so for a given day or person, we want to provide the right kind of information back. Finally, we'd like to provide financial incentives. In the case of a dorm competition, that might be small prizes or a party at the end for the winning dorm or something like that. So now I want to talk about some, or give you a look at some of the dorm competition websites that have already been done. Here's the Green Cup website for Wellesley College. As you can see, it's a fairly static website. It shows the weekly energy usage of a particular dorm. So it's not near real time. It's updated only once a week. Here's the Duke website, a little more sophisticated. On this page you can see that they have prizes listed. You can see events that are upcoming as well as information about it. So it's kind of a neat site that way. Here's Indiana University's Energy Challenge, and at this site you can see that they provide on the front page kind of graphical listings of dorm usage along with an expected value. So there's kind of a goal to be below the expected amount. They also are looking at both dorms and the fraternity houses and sorority houses as well. Then they talk about how much savings were made and the avoided CO2 emissions and so forth. Here's the Hamilton College website, and that's based upon Building Dashboard, which is a system put out by Lucid Design Group. Lucid Design Group came out of the Oberlin College students and faculty who had built some software for their own university and have made a for-profit company out of it. And this site is quite sophisticated. The Building Dashboard is definitely the most sophisticated software of anything that's out there right now. And you can see you can compare, and in fact they even have extensions such as the ability to create a Google gadget from the website which will display for a single building its current usage, and it's updated when you refresh the page. Now there's also a website called Step Green, and that focuses more on the commitment side of things than on the energy data side of things. So you log into this website and then you can make commitments, and it will show you what the impact of those commitments are. There's not much in the way of verification, and it's not really connected to the actual energy usage. Another similar kind of site this is actually a prototype. I don't know that it was ever developed, but it's the idea of a student pledge wall where students can make commitments, and then there would be a kiosk in the dorm or at various places in the university where you can see who's doing what. And this is a way of kind of using social reinforcement in order to encourage changes in behavior. So there's a number of issues with the current state of the art, and I think we can definitely put out something that has some improvements to the state of the art. First of all, you can see with many of these sites there's a lack of real-time feedback. Energy data gets updated very infrequently. I think at a lot of these places people just go out and read the meter and then update a spreadsheet somewhere to get the information. We think that having near real-time data updates on the order of every 10 seconds is the best, because that really enables people to do experimentation and become active learners about energy consumption, which is a huge part of energy literacy. If you look at the commitment sites, they're not really connected back to the data, so it's hard to see how your commitments are really impacting on things. And a lot of the data is quite global in nature, so you can't really drill down and see what your specific floor is doing. So I think that in our case, I'd like to see us be able to do this localized near real-time energy data. That can be in advanced. Providing an information repository that's very contextualized. So you'd actually log in, and when you log in, it would know that you're the 4th floor, in dorm room number 402 or whatever, and can provide information specific to your situation. And we're going to tie commitments and data together. I think that we can do a lot with respect to improving energy literacy. For example, we could have commitments that involve watching a video and passing a simple online quiz. And that can lead to badges or points for the dorm or so forth. I'd also like to see us enable a better connection between local and global energy consumption. So we could tie in information about the Oahu utility grid to information about what's happening on your floor, so that you could, for example, decide that you want to shift your energy usage to times when the carbon intensity of the grid is lower. Finally, we'd like to be able to create a system which is more reusable, extensible, and facilitates external involvement. We can do that by having a more modular architecture that's released under an open source license. So here's the basic architecture of the system. You can see that we have these sensors that are going to collect data from meters in the dormitory, and there'll be two services, a watt depot and a how depot. The watt depot supports energy data, and the how depot provides behavioral data, which can be presented to the user through some kind of public website. That's the basic architecture. A more advanced version will, and the reason why we need these services is so that we can not only provide a basic website, but also connect to a variety of other services. And I think that's where the real power of this particular approach is going to come out, is when we go beyond a single website and provide these others as well. Thanks very much for listening.